All right, so I watched the retirement gamble again. I had seen this a few years back, probably 2018 or something like that. A bunch of y'all had sent that to me. The retirement gamble from Frontline or PBS or one of those clown shows. And of course they had Teresa Girardelli, whatever her name was. Just, Look, man, I am sorry. What a bunch of whiners. All these people, like one guy was sitting there saying, well, I paid my kids to go to college. Now, Social Security's all it's going to do is keep me out of poverty. And I went through the divorce and blah, blah. I was like, dude, you put your kids through college because you bought the idea that college was going to solve your children's problems. And we know that's just not true. And so you said, it is my duty to educate my children at the risk of your own ability to retire? I mean, I'm sorry. I got no sympathy for you, man. None. I put my kids, and we live in Georgia, so my kids keep a good enough GPA, my two girls so far, to get the Zell Miller, so they get tuition free. They still got to pay. Maddie goes to Georgia Tech. She still got to pay $20,000 a year for room and board because it's Midtown Atlanta, for heaven's sake. If Chloe goes to UGA, it'd be $10,000 a year. But still, between Maddie and Chloe, that's still she's paying half and I'm paying half, or Charlotte and I. Now, my boys, on the other hand, we'll see. I don't want them to go to college. I want them to learn a real skill, if that makes sense. Because if you're just going to college to learn theater, it doesn't make any sense, man. It's stupid. You're going to college to learn journalism, stupid. You don't need any of that. You're going to college, like you can learn economics without going to college, for heaven's sake, man. I mean, the only thing you need in college is to get a skill set that is not being taught in high school, if that makes sense. And if it's just reading, writing, no, you can do that without going to college. Now, if it's arithmetic, yeah, you probably should go to college. If it's engineering, yeah, you should go to college. If it's being a doctor, absolutely. All that stuff makes sense. But come on, just these whiners. One lady had it right. The only lady, she goes, well, I don't have any debts, so I think I should get by just paying my bills. I just need enough to pay my bills. And the other guy was whining. He's like, but Social Security just keep me out of poverty. That's what Social Security was for, you freaking fool, man. It was to keep you out of poverty. And then Teresa Giarducci, whatever the hell her name is she even still around? I imagine she is. She's probably a vax hole. She's like, not only do you not know of 401ks, you don't know the danger in them. The danger? There's no danger. Your life isn't at risk because of your 401k, you freaking... it's such childish. These people want to treat us like children. I'm like, you live in America, man. You live in America. Freaking own up, put your big boy pants and boots on, and go get a job. I don't understand this, man. These guys go to college. They said, well, I want to make $1 million right out the gate. I want this big fancy house. I said, dude, you blew your retirement early. That's what happens. You consumed it when you're young and dumb. And now you got no money because you've already consumed it all. You're going to blame America for that? You're going to blame your 401k? And then the freaking, well, it wasn't like it used to be. Yeah, it used to be. Everyone had a pension. No, it's simply not true. Basically, 4 in 10 employees had a pension. That's it. No one retired back in the old day to sit around and go travel all over the world. It didn't happen. We got to make it like it used to be. Yeah, like it used to be where you freaking worked till you're 85 years old on a farm. This spoiled mentality drives me insane. Oh, it must be nice, Josh. Yeah, you must be nice. Well, dude, I remember we all have a story like this. It's me, my wife, in a 1,251 square foot home in Dayton, Virginia with one bathroom. We had 4 kids. At one point, my wife's sister, one of her sisters was living with us. And we had a mortgage about $650 a month or something like that. I was making $35,000 a year at the bank. My wife was working part-time as a teller at Bank of America. And I was working part-time at night binding books for R.R. Donnelley. Just make ends meet. I mean, this is what people do in the world other than in America. America is like, I want to retire at 60 and go take cruises and go to Alaska and have a second home. You're like, that's the way it used to be. Just retire on a pension. It's all fake. It's all fake. And so Teresa Giardelducci, whatever the hell her name is, and all these people, they want to act like this is the way it used to be. It never used to be like that, ever. For an elite group of people, sure. But the vast majority of Americans, the vast majority of the world, it never used to be like that. There's 3 hots and a cot, man. If you could get 3 hots and a cot, you were golden. I'm just sick of the whiners. I have an MBA. Remember the old FedEx commercial? The black lady, she's like the office manager, and some young whippersnapper, some white kid comes and goes, well, I have an MBA. She goes, oh, you do? All right, we're going to start in the mailroom then. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was back when companies actually had humor before they went totally woke. And he was like, but my MBA. She goes, yeah, you got an MBA. That doesn't mean crap. Like some of y'all have MBA. I got a master's degree. I'm glad I got it. It helped me. At the end of the day, though, would have cost, if I had to spend $50,000, it would have been worth it? Hell no. You know what's worth it? Is good old-fashioned experience. You know what else is worth it? The fact that USA paid for the whole doggone thing. But if I had to take on debt for $50,000 a year so I could graduate with an MBA, and now I could make $80,000 a year and say, oh, I need to take travels all over the place. As you've already done that when you're 30, when you're 40, you're already driving around fancy schmancy vehicles when you're 30 and 40, having fancy schmancy homes when you're 30 and 40. Whatever happened to that old idea of a starter home, man? We don't. It's like, I don't know. I just hear this stuff and I'm just like, if you got no debts, you can make freaking magic. That's all there is to it. Look, I still got a little bit of debt. I'm working like a crazy man trying to get that paid. But it's the debts that enslave you always. And the issue is all these people take on debt because they think that's the American dream. Go get an upper middle class, white collar job, take on a mountain amount of debt, and then your company gets bought out and you're left holding a wet bag. That is the new American way. So you got to do your part to say, I'm not falling for that model. I mean, learn from the boomers. Learn from the boomers. It's funny because I talk to people all the time, and they're the millionaire next door. If y'all haven't read that book, you should. Living in just a nice, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot house on an acre, half an acre. Got a garden, got an old pickup truck. Wife drives. That's what I say all the time. Husband drives a 2007 Ford F-150. Wife drives a 2013 Toyota Camry. Wearing the same clothes they've been wearing for 10 years. They don't eat out all the time. Nothing wrong with eating out, mind you. But at the end of the day, I recognize that eating out is a freaking crazy expense, A. And B, it's horrible for your body because all the freaking vegetable oil and crap they're using. Anyway, it's frustrating to me when I hear all these people, it's not fair. It's not fair. Like, dude, you know what's not fair? Is when you're freaking 85 years old, you're still digging ditches because there was no Social Security. There was no Medicare. Then, you know what I'm saying? That's not fair. But you know what those guys did? They put their head down and got it done, man. I just sit there. I used to, this is going to sound so freaking, just work. Go to work. I mean, the jobs are out there in abundance. It was never like this, man. In the old days, you would go from door to door. You got work for me. You got work for me. Now it's like they're begging you to have a job. I drove by a fabrication place, metalwork, help wanted. Drove back a construction company, help wanted. Drove by a farming company, a nursery, help wanted. Everywhere there's help wanted. Anything. Office work, laborious work, freaking UPS, FedEx, USPS, local engineering firm. Just what's wrong with starting at the bottom and working your way up in a skill? I don't understand. I just sit back. I was making $32,000 a year in 2005, $35,000 a year in 2006. Then we had our two more kids. I was making $38,000 with 4 kids, man. And when that George W. Bush stupid stimulus thing came in, it was like, I think we got $150 per kid. It was like $650 or $600 or something like that. That was like a mortgage payment. I had credit card debt. In hindsight, it was still driving a 2000, what was I driving? 1998 Toyota Tercel, 1994 Toyota Tercel, something like that. My wife was driving an old, what the hell was she driving? Some kind of beaten up, somewhat Dodge Caravan or something. I'm just, anyway, it's just frustrating. I just, look, you can't fix stupid, my friends, and no reason to try to fix stupid because it's not going to work. So let the other people be miserable. Why would you be miserable? What point is it to be miserable just because everybody else is? Don't do that to yourself. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.